YouTube, what's good with y'all boys? It's your boy EZGTHAKING, back to y'all with another video. And today, we don't got really too much of a specific video in the sense of the content. You know, this is more so what it is on the thumbnail, a wish list for Madden 24. And I got some important news to talk about in the sense of the content space, what I plan on doing in the future, what I plan on doing with this channel, how stuff is going to change, and what I got planned for this next Madden. But let me start off from the beginning in the sense of what I've been doing, why I haven't been uploading the way I would like to, the schedule. I've been figuring out some stuff in this content space in the sense of the gaming. I got some news with the gaming that may change certain things and change the way I want to do things. I'll start off with saying all the videos that I said that I had planned are still going to come out. God of War, Spider-Man, all that stuff is going to come out. It just might get pushed different due to how stuff gets situated. Now, God of War, from changing it in the sense of before Madden 24, it's probably gonna go out throughout the year. I don't know how exactly. It still might come out before Madden 24, but then that might be a stretch to where I would have to push a video out every day in a sense, or every other day. But I want to start doing Spider-Man stuff because I know that new game is coming out in late fall, I want to say. So I know that Miles Morales movie is coming out in a couple months, so I wanted to start working on the Spider-Man game so that I could do Miles Morales, and then by the time that new Spider-Man game come out, I'll do that because I have everything situated. And that was the next gameplay game I wanted to do next in the sense of story. But now we get into the nitty-gritty. What do I want to say? I'm kind of rambling at this point because I'm kind of dazed, tired. But I want to get what I want to. I want to get out what I want to get out. And right now, with the as far as Madden 24, we have some stuff that's going to change because I am looking into getting a PC build, having a better setup, so we might be changing consoles, platforms, or I don't know just yet, but just know I'm keeping busy figuring out different stuff, where I want to put the setup, how the setup's going to be, because I'm going to have to rearrange a bunch of stuff in my room if I'm going to put it in my room, how big this PC is going to be, how big is the setup going to be, what's going to be in the setup, what's not. But I know for sure we're going to have a face cam, more face cam stuff. Plan on doing some reactions, and we're going to have bigger and better things soon to come. I want to say it's going to come out before Madden 24, or if not, it should come out around Madden 24. But in the sense of the console stuff, I might not have a clear answer in the sense of if I'm going to be going to PC, PlayStation, or Xbox. And I'm saying that as far as majority gaming / what I'm going to play Ultimate Team on. Because this year was kind of a wishy-washy year in the sense of Ultimate Team. I wanted to do the tournaments this year, the big Madden Ultimate Team tournaments. But due to my PlayStation being messed up, my main squad was on my PlayStation, I wasn't willing to put in half the money I put in at the beginning of the year for Madden Ultimate Team on the Xbox than I did on the PlayStation, knowing that I made a Dolphins theme team and I didn't want to rearrange that team. And then with me not having the Xbox Live because the whole thing messed up, I didn't want to buy it again until Madden 24 came out, because I kind of bought my PlayStation Plus around the same time Madden comes around, so I didn't want to mess up none of that and buy Xbox Live beforehand. So I just said I'm gonna push back, no franchises, no nothing, no this and that, and I had a lot of stuff planned. But with me being busy, I didn't want to do that, the God of War videos, and the Spider-Man stuff. Clamor that and just hold it, knowing that by the time I come back, those Madden videos are going to be irrelevant. Because we are in May, so we're damn near almost 2-3 months away from the new Madden, in a sense. The beta going to be coming out soon. We already locked in for beta codes. So we just got to wait on the timeline for that to come out. Talk about that in the sense of feedback, what I liked, what I didn't like, what they can improve, and what they did better. In the sense of wish list, I got a couple stuff I wrote down. What I would like to see. It's stuff that can be changed. They probably won't do it this year, but if it's not dealt with this year, it's stuff that should certainly be in the next game. Either it's called Madden 25 or whatever they're going to call it, but the next game, they should have something set for that, or they should already be working on it. And these are small stuff, nothing to get crazy about, or nothing that they can't do. Now, I don't know the implications on how hard it will be with certain things, but then I'll talk about that further on as I continue. But first thing I want to get off my chest in the sense of the wish list. Player likeness. Growing up as 2K being my first sport game, in a sense, they've done great with player likeness as far as tattoos, hair. They've done so much stuff, even in the career side of things, to where on Madden they're just lackluster. It's not enough of, and it's kind of hard for them to do from my point of view, in a sense. But it's just the effort and the small things that'll make the game more appreciative and would make it so much better. Like tattoos, there's so many NFL players that got tattoos, like for instance Lamar Jackson. It looks weird to see Lamar Jackson with no tattoos. We legit only have 2-3 NFL players with tattoos in Madden, and I believe it's Kaepernick, if he's in the game, Odell, and Mike Evans. Those are legit the only 3 players in the entire game out of how many players on a team that only has tattoos. Now, I'm not going to say every guy has to have a tattoo, but knowing how 2K has their thing where they're trying to constantly update the roster with the player likeness, get the tattoos, get the hair, update the hair, the facial hair, they at least try. Even though it's not the greatest, they try. But in the sense of what Madden is, it's like, even with the body types, it's so lackluster. It's the small stuff. Known names, known stars in the NFL don't even have face scans. You gotta wait a full calendar year for newer guys to get face scans to where they should already be face scanned in the game. Now, I don't know how hard it is to get this done, or is it a scheduled thing, or if they want to be in the game, they need to get their shit done. But I'm speaking as a fan and not so much as somebody who knows how that side of the business works. I'm just talking off the top of my dome, giving out feedback, what I would like and what we should see in the game. So, number 2, I don't feel like it's too much of a big deal, but I kind of know and I kind of see how it could not happen, but classic teams. Again, drawing from NBA 2K. I don't know if any other sports games does this from my recollection. Again, I'm going off of what I know. 2K does a great job in bringing those classic teams. And even though they don't get all of them, they at least try their hardest to get most of those teams. Right, it's the 11-12 Knicks or the 1998 Bulls or the 2000 Lakers or the 2012-2013 Clippers. They try their hardest to get these classic teams in. And I feel like with Madden, you can at least do 3 to 4 of those teams for every NFL team. Like, for instance, I'm going to use the Carolina Panthers as an example just because of I know their roster very well. You can use the new roster, aka the updated roster for the new season. Then you could use a classic team from, like, let's say the 2003 Super Bowl. Then you can use a classic team from Cam's MVP year, 15-16 year. And then you can have an all-time team. I feel like that's not hard for every team in the league. And even if you don't have two classic teams, at least you have one. But I feel like you should have a gap in between from now and present day. There's some teams you can do. Rather it was a historical year on one side of the ball, I feel like you should at least do that with one side. Or if you don't have it, you should at least have an all-time team. But the way Madden has their all-time teams is kind of the way they have their NFC versus AFC team. And that's kind of how you knew the legends that was going to be in this year's game. Like, oh man, excuse me, tired. Like this year, when you loaded up into Madden 23 and you seen the AFC versus NFC team, you kind of knew those were the legends of this year's Ultimate Team, with them having Munoz or Brett Favre, the Tom Brady's, the Jerry Rice's. Like, you knew who at least were going to be in Madden Ultimate Team. I don't know if licensing is going to be a problem, but I feel like that's where you could be different with it. Like with 2K, if they can't complete a full roster, they just put a bunch of generic AIs in there. Rather they didn't want to sign, or you know what I mean. Like, they didn't want to do the small stuff to get the guys on there. Now, what you can do is just do what you've been doing all these other years. Get their picture, put it on the roster, and put a random AI or a random face out there. You get what I'm saying? Because they've been doing it for years with famous tight ends and this, that, and the third, and you gotta wait till the new Madden to get their face scan. And I feel like you can do that with classic teams because they do it in a sense with Ultimate Team. Not everybody has a face scan, but you still put them in the game and say it's that player. You just got that picture for the depth chart, aka the roster, for them to think that it is. But again, I feel like if you can do that, you can put classic teams in the game. Like, we already do it enough going to franchises and putting them on a roster. But then it's like, what happened if you want to play now and you got the boys at the crib and you want to use a classic team? You might want to use Randy Moss from the Vikings, or you might want to use the Patriots Randy Moss. You might want to use that Steelers team with AB and Le'Veon Bell. Now they could figure out what teams are the classic teams and the non-classic teams. I'm not going to debate that. And they can improve on it as the years go by. Now, I don't know how it would be to get certain people to do it in the sense of getting their likeness, but that's something they would have to work on. But I'm saying, as a fan, for people that don't want to go to franchise or update or upload these rosters and they just have it there, it's a small touch. Again, I'm all about the small things that I know they can do in the game that we already do, but it's official through there. And 3 is, to me, one of my biggest controversies in the sense of the wish list. I've been asking for this for years. And that's more customization. To be exact, I mean, Madden Ultimate Team. Sorry, one of my things just dropped. But as far as Madden Ultimate Team, if you look at 2K, and I'm referencing 2K and then my team, where you can have the custom jerseys and the custom courts, I feel like it's about time where we can have that with Madden. But again, there would be restrictions. Like, if you have a black field, you cannot have black hashes, black numbers on the field with like 10, 20, 30. You can't have a black touchdown thing. That, like, they can figure out the color schemes, what color you can put this, color put that. If you have a black field, you can't have black uniform. Like, I feel like it's simple enough that you can do that. To where if you want to upload your logo on your helmet, on your jerseys, you can do that. Now, I know 2K is kind of out of hand with doing certain things like that, but I feel like Madden, if they keep in touch, if they keep an eye on small stuff like that, I don't feel like it'll be a big deal. because 2K is not bad with it at all. I mean, you see ridiculous stuff on that My Team stuff when they upload stuff, but I feel like with Madden, they could be a little bit more clean with it. I don't know how hard it'll be to detect most of that stuff, but I feel like customization is a thing that's big to me in Madden. If y'all watch me play games, if y'all seen me stream, I switch jerseys over and over again because I get bored of the same jerseys. I can't stay in the same stadium. You know, I gotta switch it up for me to be active in a mode or Ultimate Team. Even in franchises, I gotta switch it because it gets very boring very quick unless you're very, very into it. It's not the same like as in the beginning of the year. It's more like in the beginning of the year, it's more like how it is in the middle or the end of the year. You gotta wait for them to drop packs to get these throwback jerseys, these color rush jerseys, where you can simply just, if you want to add that as an alternative, you can have those. But if you want to make your own thing, like for me, I feel like I would love to represent myself on my team and not have to wear the Miami Dolphins jersey. I could put my own logo, my own team, put my own stuff on the field. Now, I'm not going to say it has to have all these crazy customizations on the field, but just put your logo where the NFL logo is, put your name where the touchdown is with your logo. It just, you switch out certain stuff and you can add your own twist to it. If you have a red field, you can't have blue hashes, or if it's blue, it has to be a certain blend of blue. Like, it's stuff they can figure out, but I'm just throwing out the idea. And I'm not going to name something that I know they can't do. I'm naming stuff that I know they can do because I see the potential and I see if they just try a little bit harder. Now, we all know from what we hear about this year's Madden, it's a make or break Madden. So they're probably already done making whatever they had to make for this year's Madden. But I just don't feel like what I'm asking for can be, at least with the sense of the customization, can be added like how they did this year with the practice mode. I feel like if you got a couple people working on it, it can be pushed out at least by December to January. If they actually try, if they were to work on it from now. Who knows? They're probably already working on it or they probably already got it in the game. But I'm just speaking on how I know Madden is, how I know EA is with their game. Hopefully they listen to some people's advice and get the job done. The next part of the wish list is something that one of their other games have, but it just hasn't come to Madden yet. I'm pretty sure everybody kind of knows about this, especially if they've been wanting it for a very, very long time. It's just something that they should have, especially us being on the next generation consoles. And I feel like they should be primarily on next generation consoles. I feel like they should have been stopped focusing on previous gen consoles. Like, if you don't have a next gen console by now, it's your problem. Now, I'm not going to get into if you can afford it or not. I just feel like that should be the primary focus, working on next gen games. But my next thing is crossplay. I feel like crossplay isn't something too big to handle, knowing that they have it in FIFA. To my knowledge, they have it in FIFA, so I don't feel like it's a problem for them to have it on Madden. I'm hoping a lot of these next generation consoles do have crossplay, because it's crazy the amount of money we spend on these consoles, and it feels like, to me, it's like some part of the aspects for these consoles just for some reason just feels like it's a current gen console, even though it is technically now, but it feels like it's a PS4 sometimes. Like, some of these stuff we should have already had, we don't have. I kind of feel like they rushed what they're doing, or they weren't planned. I know quarantine kind of messed up everybody's plans for future games, but I just feel like some of this stuff is some things we should already have. Or it's like, if you didn't have it in the last year's game, it should already be here, should already be announced. People should get hyped over it. And we really haven't heard any news to my knowledge. I'm not talking about rumors. I'm talking about official news about the game. You know, so I'm not sure. I'm trying to think about what else to talk about. Another thing, I know Madden could do this. I'm not sure 2K can. Again, the small stuff, the interface, like, sorry, I didn't mean to say that word. The UI, small stuff, the play screen, you pick your play screen, give it a little twist, change it, scoreboards. I know this is something they could do for a fact. Even in regular regs games, exhibition is what I was going to say. Switch the scoreboard. Now, I don't know if they got deals with ESPN and this, that, and the third, but it's something they can switch. Like, 1 week you have the scoreboards bottom right corner. I don't know how much that would get in the way, like a 2K in a sense, but it's something they can do. Or switch the way the scoreboard looks. Like, I know they can do one like in the sense of a franchise. You can have one for a Monday night, you can have one for a Thursday night, you can have one for Sunday. Sunday could be this scoreboard right here with a couple different things. Monday could be a scoreboard to the bottom right. Thursday could have its own scoreboard. You know, it just add different flavors to the game. Presentations. It's the small stuff to me that carries the game from having a life cycle from August to December to August to June. I personally have not been invested in Madden for a full calendar year in years. Like, it feels like every year I've been getting off of MUT way earlier than I would like to. And some of it's personal in the sense of, man, they ain't dropped my boy Cam a card. Cam don't get a card till draft. But that's the way Madden's always been. And that's another thing. They're very predictable on when they're going to drop a lot of stuff, which is why I don't like it. I feel like they should drop more promos. I feel like the promos have been lackluster in the last couple years. They had so many other promos. Cards were coming out left and right, from positional heroes to flashbacks to signature series. They had so much stuff. Team of the weeks. I got some more stuff I want to talk about, but I don't know if this is the proper time or if it's... Like, for example, I feel like we should have positional heroes and signature series back. I feel like what they did this year with Team of the Weeks. I feel like Team of the Week should just be simply current day players. If you want to do another version of Team of the Week for Legends, then you will add throwbacks, the signature series, kind of like the Wild Card Wednesday cards they used to have, but more frequent. I just feel like Madden's been getting so lackluster with the smallest stuff. It's been hard for me to stay in the game, but I also had my personal issues this year with the game in the sense of when I got my content, my pre-order packs, my PlayStation was messed up. I had to wait damn near 2-3 months to get it back. So I was here playing no Madden really for the past couple months. And to be honest, this is one of my favorite Maddens. Now, it had its problems with, especially in the beginning of the game, it was very, very Madden 16, 17-ish with like aggressive catching, and that reason in particular was more so in the sense of them having smaller DBs, smaller guys to cover these big ass tight ends, wide receivers. And then y'all seen when the bigger DBs came out, it wasn't really too much of an issue. You had to switch up your scheme a little, couldn't really throw the high ball as much. But it's the small stuff, the small details that makes this game great. And I can't wait for the next Madden. I'm very, very excited. Not to say that I'm not playing this Madden. It's just the passion to play this game from August to June, August to July, August to May. in MUT, it's not there for me anymore. And it's been like that in a way since the abilities came out, but abilities are not the reason why that stopped. It's just with going what happened with me this year in this Madden, what I wanted to do. I wasn't able to finish franchises this year. I don't think I won a Super Bowl in MUT, to be honest, because I barely played, and when I did play, it was so much that went on that it just bothered me, which is why I'm kind of having the back and forth on which console I want to play on this year. That decision, again, will be more confirmed by time the beta comes out for Madden 24. Even if we do have crossplay, that decision will be more concrete around that time. And I'm just talking strictly for Madden. That's not with every game. It's just I might try a full year of Ultimate Team on the Xbox, see how that go, or I might stay on PlayStation, or I still might do both. It just might switch. Xbox might be my main squad, PlayStation might be my pack and play. Like, it's so much stuff I want to do this year, knowing that it's confirmed I'm getting the PC, and I got ideas for days. Like, this brain ain't never gonna dry out like no well. Like, I have ideas. There's no confusion. There's no not knowing what I want to do. It's all in the noggin. I'm trying to think if there's anything else in the sense of wish list. That's pretty much it to my knowledge. I mean, if I have something I want to talk about, I can always come back and piggyback on something. But in the sense of, I mean, there's small stuff they can always fix to me, but it's not necessarily a wish list, like something I wish to be on the next game. But some ideas that I cross out, it's not necessarily a wish list, but fix the juke move in Madden. Sorry, not the juke move, the spin move. I feel like the spin move has not been as great as it's been in the past couple years, a la Madden 20. I don't need it to be Madden 20's spin move, but somewhat effective. I love the way the run game is with the hard cuts, this, that, and the third, getting in between gaps. They've done a great job with the gameplay mechanics the past couple years, but I feel like they can improve on stuff like that. They did great with the wide receiver DB mechanics. Blocking is an issue that has its trials and tribulations, but I don't know what can fix that, because it's like, if you fix blocking, does that mean pass rush doesn't work as good? So it's something they don't necessarily have a balance on. We just gotta work with what we got. Another big thing, it's not a wish list, but it's something, I don't know what they're going to do, but the potential is there. They have to figure out a way where you can implement yard in a story mode, like a long shot, but with multiple positions. I don't know if it's ever going to happen. And it's kind of hard, because the way I'm speaking and the way I'm thinking of it in my head is even, I don't know how they can do it. Is like a 7v7 my career / park-ish type of game, to where you have your regular story mode, you have the NFL, you can do stuff like that. But if you wanted to go online, you see, that's where the online issue is, because it's not like you could be a defensive tackle, you can be a tight end, well, you probably can, or you can't be a lineman type thing, to where you're going to be a receiver, DB, tight end, QB, safety. You know what I'm saying? The original 7v7 type positions, and you go head to head with other players. I like, that's the closest thing I could ever see to a my career, my park type of vibe in Madden. I don't know if they can ever get that down just because I don't know how it would play. Like, I can see me trying to play that, and defense will be very hard to score on, in a sense of, like, I could see us being, like, in a deep cover 2, and mind you, it's 7 of us and it's 7 of them. Now, it'll be tricky if it's a situation where the QB can't run, you got a time to throw the ball, so that's why it's kind of hard to say. It's going to be hard for them to add more players to what they already have on the yard. Now, they already have a 7v7, I believe, for yard, but it's only 3 players you can control. So now if you have another 4, I could be wrong on that number, but the point is, if you add more players, I just don't see how there's enough field to get open or to do certain things. But you can't knock it till you try it, and you only get better as you fail. So I'm not saying go ahead and fail and make this a disaster part of the game. I'm saying at least try to add something new, because it's getting very repetitive. Like, you have the franchise mode, they're going to have to fix that. Franchise mode was dramatically better than it's been in the past couple years, but it had problems. And that's kind of why the way Madden 24 is going the way it's going. You had so many different things with, how can I say this? You had so many different things with Ultimate Team and glitches, this, that, and the third. And then it's like that yard stuff is only for really like customs, people who want to do the wide receiver DB things. Even if they want to do it on franchise, it's just like you're so limited in what you can do. But I know so many people got so many ideas. I'm just making sure that light bulb is flashing in other people's head to give out the idea, like, hey, people would actually like to try to do something if y'all try to make it. But I think I talked about everything I wanted to talk about. I'm trying to make sure. Like, it's so much stuff that Madden could do so much better. Yeah, I don't really know if there's anything else to talk about off the top of my head. Now, if I want to make another video on, specifying on some stuff, rekindling some stuff that I said, I'll do that. But this, again, it's late, yawning, just going off the top of the dome, thinking of what I could think of. And these are stuff I'm expecting, if not in Madden 24, it has to be in Madden 25. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. Like, it's mandatory. Or else Madden's gonna be something I very, 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 very would likely be on in the next couple years. Like, I mean, like, I would bet, like, the love for football will never go away, but to play this game and seeing what they're giving us, it's almost like they giving us the game knowing that, I feel like they do this knowing that they don't have a competitor. It's almost like 2K. They give us the game over and over and over again, add a couple things, and we got to stick with it. Knowing that NBA Live is not going to be a competitor. Madden, really, since I've been born, has never had a competitor to my knowledge. And I ain't talking about no NFL Street shit or whatever that new NFL games or whatever is coming out. I'm not talking about that, because to be real, that's not beating Madden. I'm just keeping it a bean. It's almost like Call of Duty, where everybody talking about the Call of Duty killers and this, that. Let's be real. None of what's been made recently or what's going to be made, it's beating this stuff. It needs to be properly taken care of, thought about. And so many people want stuff from the past. They not even really, like, I hear so many people talk about, for instance, like 2K16, 2K17, they want this, that, and the third. But to be honest, if you look back at that game compared to this game, mechanically, the newer game is so much better. It's just you live so much in the past, you're not even really thinking what's in front of you. and that's where you lose those moments. And that's not something I like to do, but it ain't nothing wrong with reminiscing. You know, it's just sometimes you just don't know what you got until it's, you know, it's gone. But I'm saying, like, these are one of my favorite sports games, and I know it's only going to get better, but it's like, stop giving us the bare minimum when I know it can be better than what it is. I just feel like they do that knowing that a new game is coming year after year after year. They try not to give out everything once, but they can do that knowing they don't have a competitor. And I feel like that's the problem. Knowing they don't have a competitor keeps them in the state that they're in. And the only way that will change is if we have enough voices to, you know, speak on the cause, speak on the problem. But the thing is, speaking on the problem always don't give you the best results, or it never makes anything better. Or sorry, it doesn't always make everything better. You know, so all I'm hoping for is great video games, great content. You know, I care about the sport. I care about the game. I've been in the game since I was a kid. I only want what's better for it. Madden and 2K and Call of Duty. You know, I grew up on those games. So just in knowing the space I want to head into in the future, I only want it to get better. I don't want to be one of these niggas talking about gaming is dying, this, that, and the third. There's nothing to play. I'm bored. I find passion in playing games like this because it's something I love. I love football. So that's never going to go away. But in the sense of playing this from August to May, August to February, August to June, it may stop just for the simple fact of what the product is giving. Especially if I'm going to have to pay to get it year after year after year. Now, I've been getting it free every so often, but now that I got another console, I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be getting 2 copies for free, let alone how much money I want to put into Ultimate Team if I'm really thinking about doing these tournaments. And, you know, I don't try to be a copy and paste guy. I try to have a unique scheme, try to put my own hours into the game. And I try my hardest, so I make sure I bring everything into it. So as long as they do the same, I have no problem. But again, it's the small things for me. I just feel like if you implement those small things, you wouldn't hear a thing from me. But every year a new Madden comes out, they improve in something. I find a way to play it less and less. And it's crazy because I look at my hours in Madden, it says 300. Like, if I go to my PlayStation right now, and it shows, like, the progress hours, it says, like, 300 and something hours. That's not regular for somebody like me, especially for how much hours I would normally put into Madden. Like, I mean, eat, sleep, shit, conquer Madden. Like, that was my life for a couple years. Like, legit, come home after school, eat, homework, Madden. Probably on that whole all day. But it's changed over the years, and it's not even the sense of priorities. It's just knowing what's out and knowing what can be different to me. Like, it's the small stuff, man. And I hope they get it straight, they get it situated. Because I don't see what I just asked for. I don't see why I can't be in the next game. Now, if they don't have it in this year's game, it has to. Like, it really has to be in the next Madden before I start really second guessing on if this is going to be the main thing that keeps me to making content. Not to say, like, even though they may not have it in Madden 25, I must stop playing Madden. I'm just saying I'm not going to be playing it as frequently as I used to play it. Like, I used to be hyped for launch days for Madden, but now it's become something different. You have your ups and your downs. You're still excited, but you know foolery is coming right behind it. And with the way that the beginning of my Madden year started, it only went downhill from there. So hopefully Madden 24 we have a better year. Now, gameplay wise, it's one of my favorite Maddens. But in the sense of all around what happened, what can, you know, things didn't really turn out the way I wanted it to happen, especially with getting the other console. I wanted to enter the tournaments. I wanted to do more tournaments. Now, I didn't really do as bad, but I don't think I did a fraction of or a quarter of what I did last year, to be honest. I don't think I did. And that was just the simple fact of what happened the beginning of the year. I legit didn't get my pre-order packs until half the cards that I got, they were so devalued. Like, they were so bad. Like, I got them where we were, our pre-order cards are probably 86 to 90s. I don't remember the overalls. But by the time that was coming out, 94, 95 was in the game. So it's like, it really got messed up. So hopefully we'll just have a better Madden year. Cover athlete, I guess I'll give out some guesses. I was hoping for Derrick Henry or C-Mac. They could have both been on the cover one of those other years, in my opinion. Madden 22, but they ended up putting Brady and Mahomes. So this year's cover, I wouldn't be mad with a Josh Allen. A Justin Jefferson's. I wouldn't be mad. And they could do like a legend version of him with like Randy Moss, you know, both Vikings. I wouldn't be mad with Aaron Rodgers going to the Jets. A Tyreek Hill. Let me add some defensive guys to that. It's kind of hard to not promote somebody like an Aaron Donald. I don't know if Vaughn's too old to be. I don't know. I don't want to push those things out there like that. I'm trying to think of a young ball. Not like a Sauce Gardner, but I can't really think of none. If I have anything, I'll speak on it or I'll push back on it. But that's kind of my say so. That's kind of the vibe I've been going on. I'll keep y'all boys informed on what's going to be happening soon with this Madden stuff in the future of content. Like I said, the videos still will be coming out. I got something new that I want to push out. I'm going to try to start pushing that out on at least one of the videos should come out this Saturday. It's already edited. It's just, again, I haven't pushed it out yet. I don't want to start pushing out videos and I'm not here. So, yeah, man. It's your boy, EZGTHAKING. Make sure y'all boys like, comment, subscribe. I know this was a long-ass video, but, you know, I just wanted to push something out. Make sure y'all boys know I was out there. I'm straight. I'm still pushing out or getting content. The grind don't stop. Tired as hell. As of today is Tuesday, May 3rd, 4th, one of these days. Don't know about the days, but yeah, man. Look out for a video on Saturday. It has to be 2K. Well, it is going to be 2K related. Make sure you boys like, comment, subscribe. And I'm out. Peace.